Well, hey, namaste. How are you? I just finished watching the Mahabharata episode 2, and I just wanted to give you a review of it. Um, I don't know if my Indian friends have heard of the Mahabharata. I joke, I kid. Of course you have. But what I found interesting in is it, and I took some notes here, was Shantanu. King Shantanu. He spends a lot of time at that river, doesn't he? That you can see why the river is so important to him, why the river is so important to India. That's the first place where he met his wife, and he's traveling along the river, and he sees a young warrior conquer the river. He's never seen that before, and he did it with some arrows. He had a bow and arrow, and he was just going to town on the river, and he brought it into subjection to himself, and he was very impressed by it. So as he stopped his chariot to kind of take this in, his wife appeared. His wife appeared. How excited he was to see his wife, right? Because if you remember from episode 1, she took off. She had the 8 children, and part of their deal was when they got married, you don't ask any questions about what I do and why I do it. Okay, but then he couldn't take it because they'd have a baby, she'd drown it. Have a baby, drowned it. Have a baby, drowned it. And then at the 8th one, he spoke up and said, "What are you doing?" Broke the deal. Off she goes with the baby. He never sees it again until now, because that archer has been trained in the art of war, and it's his son. So we have this really good feel-good moment where the father's united with the son. Very much a Titan feel, half god, half man. Kind of like we see in the Greek mythology. We have his wife is back. What does this mean for him and his kingdom? Well, she doesn't stay. And his attention begins to get drawn towards a human woman who's a fisherman's daughter. And as king, he goes there and says, "I want your daughter as my wife." And the fisherman's dad says, or the fisherman's dad, he is the dad, says, "Nope, because her children will never have a place as king." Which I thought was kind of odd. Like, wouldn't you just say, "This is good for my daughter and my family," and just do it? But Pops has an issue with it. Pops has an issue with it because you already have a son. And so this puts King Shantanu into a great depressional funk. He is neglecting his kingly duties. He is not meeting with anybody. And he is basically sitting around pouting. And what I don't understand is, you got the first wife somewhere in the river. What do you need the second one for? Right? I don't know. But his son sees this, and his son is dismayed by it. And he says, "I need to go make this right." And so episode 2 ends with the son on his way to go talk to the fisherman about the daughter. I don't know what happens. We gotta see episode 3. I'll catch you guys later. Peace and much love.